Some of our worst congestion hotspots have been targeted for repair as part of a major state government infrastructure plan. Solutions for the infamous southeast bottlenecks will be fast-tracked under the blueprint for the future, but the grand plan still needs federal help.
At Hope Island, the Premier's team went digging for support.
My government is determined to create jobs and create jobs now.
Support for a plan they hope will build Queensland's future.
What we have done is we have clearly articulated what we are building, when we are building it and where we are building it.
The state infrastructure plan is a blueprint for growth and investment. Central to the plan is a $500 million fund to build 7 key projects, including a previously announced upgrade to the Ipswich motorway and fixing the notorious Gateway M1 merge.
2 projects that will clearly tackle congestion on our motorways, which means that Queenslanders can get to work faster.
But both projects remain dependent on at least 50% federal funding.
So no new ideas, rehashed ideas, and a begging letter to the federal government or a begging phone call to the federal government asking for some federal government assistance.
All up, the infrastructure plan outlines a 4-year, $35 billion capital works program, a reduction on the spend of previous governments.
We are doing as much as the state balance sheets allow.
The plan will be spurred by a predicted population growth of 2.3 million people in Queensland over the next 20 years, 1.7 alone in the southeast. That will increase demand on essential services, requiring 1,500 additional rail trips and 48,000 more flights across the state each year, 23 new major roads and almost 10,000 extra classrooms. The opposition is convinced that demand will outstrip supply.
The Premier, the Deputy Premier and the Transport Minister all go to Hope Island when in fact their new infrastructure plan is hopeless.
The government will be hoping this blueprint unearths a brighter future.
Labor builds, Labor plans, Labor delivers.
Joel, is a new football stadium for Townsville anywhere in those plans?
Sophie, I'm sure there's many Cowboys supporters that will be pleased to know that the Townsville Stadium proposal is in this infrastructure plan and the government has set aside $100 million for that project. But again, it is contingent on getting equal funding out of Canberra. And the Premier says she's been on the phone to the Prime Minister to seek that money just in the last couple of days. Curiously, there is one project that doesn't feature in this infrastructure plan, and it's one that the Deputy Premier has labelled of the most high priority for the state government, and that is the Cross River Rail. They are doing a separate business case to put to the federal government. That's likely to happen by the middle of this year. And once again, it will require a bit of a helping hand in terms of a lot of cash from the federal government if that's ever likely to see the light of day. Sophie?
OK, Joel, thank you.